Creative Brain Candy by creators for creators.
Holy Mother of God. Did you see that?
We should hit these assholes with everything we got, sir.
Sir, Mr. President, I know this seems terrible, but let's not be too rash.
We should nuke them now, sir.
We must establish a line of communication first.
Why not set up a town hall? We can get the public's opinion.
What do you think, Marcia?
Kick the crap out of them.
Ladies and gentlemen, this could be a cultural misunderstanding.
Yeah, maybe to them doves mean war.
We all saw how they reacted to that dove. It frightened them.
He did say that we come in peace.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Smoking and Drinking in Space. This is a sci-fi podcast from a couple guys who think they know sci-fi. And this week we explore the Tim Burton sci-fi spoof film that's high on its own supply with remarkable visuals but falls flat on the comedy. It's 1996's Mars Attacks. But first, he's the wannabe casino magnate who will do anything for a buck to my weak-willed president who just wants to give peace a chance. It's James. How you doing, James?
I was going to do a Nicholson impression, but it's probably just as terrible as all my other impressions, so fuck it. I'm glad to be here this week.
And he's the guy whose concern for his grandma puts him in the right place at the right time to turn back an invasion and gives him a platform to promote the teepee life. It's Rob. How you doing, Rob?
Teepees are deceptively spacious.
Yeah, I was going to say when I was watching this movie last night, when the guy, you know, went, oh, that's the international symbol for donut. I'm like, fuck, that's Rob.
It is. It really is.
Before we get into anything else, Rob, can you get me a bigger picture of the one you just posted to Discord, please?
The one I just posted?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it again.
Yeah, it's very small, and I'd like to have that blown up and
that's
framed.
What she said.
Oh my god! Yeah. Oh my god, James, what's happening around CBC this week?
Right now, Rob's posting dirty pictures in our Discord that I'm really enjoying. That's what's going on right now. Going on around CBC this week. We're still looking for two podcasters for Bad Gamers Anonymous. If you're into video games and you think you have something interesting to say, let us know. CreativeBrainCandy.com. Click the apply button. And while you're there, check out the great family of podcasts that we have there, including Spoiler They Die. Didn't I do them last week?
Well, you promoted them last week. I think you actually gave them a compliment not too long ago.
Why did I do that again?
Yeah. It was something about extortion, something like that.
Yeah, you know what? Listen to anything on Creative Brain Candy except Spoiler They Die this week. That'll show them. There's a lot of things right now. I can't wait to hear about this later on in the week. There are a lot of things going on right now in the backdrop, in the background things, the machinations of myself and Jason, and I guess maybe Rob. I don't know. You'll have to stay tuned to find out, but there's a lot of good things coming up. So stay tuned, creativebraincandy.com, or you can just listen to this podcast. Because we'll tell you all the cool things that are coming up in CBC as they're about to come up. But there are really cool things. And Rob, I am literally rambling at this point, trying to give you a lot of time to find a better, bigger image of the one you posted. And you are failing so hard.
They didn't have anything of that one bigger and better. They had this one, though. There you go.
But is it that's still the same size as the other one? It's very tiny.
That's what she said.
Oh my God. Rob, you got any news for us this week?
I do. Do you want to hear it?
No, I just asked for absolutely no reason. I just wanted to know if you had any news. Just trying to keep up with your day or your week.
Right. Gotcha.
Did you take a shit this week? That's better, Rob. Thank you. Thank you.
I did. So Hold on, I got to close this tab here. Go over to the news tab, not the nude tab. Hold on a second. All right,
This is already the best show ever.
Yeah, news. Let's see. There is reports out there that Henry Cavill is probably done playing Superman, but that's okay. He is now going to be playing, supposedly, Commander Shepard in a Mass Effect movie.
You know what else he's playing? Gina
The Witcher?
Carano's boyfriend.
Ex-boyfriend. That is so old. He was.
How do you mean that's old?
He was her boyfriend a long time ago.
No, like people were giving him crap on Twitter,
Right.
just
because he used to be a boyfriend of hers.
You know what?
I clicked on that clickbait and then I read. And
I just read
was
the
like,
headline.
Oh, yeah.
I learned not to click on clickbait a long time ago unless it's you posting clickbait in our Discord channel. That clickbait, I will click on.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Did
Anyway,
you hear? Wait, did you hear there's a new Superman?
Hold on.
Oh, you're getting that?
Not a new Superman.
Well, he's going to be
Supergirl.
black.
Yeah. There's a new Supergirl.
No, but this is like, wait, so you're going to talk about the new Supergirl and not the black Superman?
There's a black Superman?
Oh my God.
See? How do you not know this? I just said that.
It's
and you're
related
like,
to the Henry Cavill not doing Superman anymore.
Right?
Oh, is it? Is it?
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh, are you talking about the fact that J.J. Abrams is making a new Superman?
Yes.
Yeah, there you are.
Jesus. Yeah, and he's...
Well, that's the rumor.
Yeah.
I'll see it when I'll believe it when I see it.
Well, so
movies in the
isn't there a
works.
comic book? Isn't there a comic book where Superman's black?
So there was the Death of Superman series where there were like 4 different Supermen after he died from Doomsday, and the Man of Steel was a black man who used to be a steel worker who got superpowers. I didn't follow it that closely, but yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm not against it. Like, let's see how this all pans out. But
I'll see.
I mean, as long as they don't make him Kal-El, I don't give a shit.
We'll see what happens.
What else you got, Rob?
Glad you're informed, Rod.
Well, the other thing I've got was that Supergirl has been cast for The Flash. Sasha Calle, or Galle, if you're like Spanish, I guess. There's 2 L's. And she is Hispanic, so that's a little
what
departure.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, that's a little of a departure.
But why?
We've got a brunette Supergirl now instead of a
why?
Blonde.
But why?
I don't know. They went with that. Now, that's not to say that they don't put a blonde wig on her. Who knows? But the actress themselves is not blonde. And the link that I'm going to post has a nice little Twitter video of when she was told that she was going to be Supergirl. It's kind of cool. She's like really taken back by it. So
right, she gets taken aback. Yeah, and like good for her. Congratulations. Like, here's my only problem with that. If we were to try to find, or if someone were to cast a white person in a traditionally black or Hispanic role, Twitter and cancel culture would lose their fucking minds, and instead they're going to celebrate this. It's a double standard. It's
called
hypocrisy.
Reverse racism.
It is reverse racism. Actually, it 100% is. It is the most idiotic thing that I can think of. Like, I hope that she does very well. I'm certainly not going to just boycott the movie because they did this. I want to see how it all plays out, but let's just all be honest with ourselves. If this were done in the opposite fashion, people would lose their fucking minds. And so it's honestly just the hypocrisy of Hollywood and just humanity in general. I'm in a pissy mood. Like, everybody just get ready for it.
Well,
I'm in a bad mood.
Hold on. Let me get you in a good mood. You ready?
You can give it a shot. Like,
all right, February 21st, there was an American Airlines flight that was just minding its own business, flying over New Mexico, heading off to its destination, and the crew reported seeing a UFO. And, that made headlines. That was cool. Made some headlines. But then The FBI confirms that it was an UFO. Aliens.
Whoa. Whoa, that's a leap.
No, I'm not saying it was aliens, but
It was aliens.
it was aliens.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I'm with you.
Okay, that's a leap. Unidentified flying object
No,
to
no, no,
aliens
no.
is a leap.
Hey, look, if you need any more proof,
Yeah.
I mean, we just watched a documentary for this week about aliens.
Look, let me just throw this out here. It's not like this was Delta Airlines, all right, with their drunk pilots. This was American Airlines. This is an upstanding, like these pilots.
Upstanding airline that has just engines falling off of its planes. Yeah.
Look, the pilots are great. The ground crew, not so much. I'm just saying, like, let's just take a minute. These guys fly thousands of hours, right? They've seen everything up there. When they see something that is not normal, they know it's not normal. Like, you can't tell me that
not
that
normal
it's not.
doesn't mean aliens.
But you can't tell me it's not extraterrestrial. You can't tell me that because there's so much evidence that it is. And
But
when
you
the
can't
DOD
tell me it
comes out,
is.
the DOD has said, yeah, we have extraterrestrial.
No. They have not said extraterrestrial.
They said it might be extraterrestrial. They don't know what it is.
They didn't say it might be.
They didn't say it wasn't.
You're right. They didn't say it wasn't.
Well,
They didn't
you
say
know
it
what?
was, and they didn't say it wasn't. So it must be.
Sometimes, Jason, you got to learn to read between the lines.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. Like, what do you? Let's just say, for the sake of argument, let's give Jason a minute here.
Okay.
It's not aliens. It's not extraterrestrial.
Then
what is it?
I don't know.
Okay,
That's why it's unidentified. If I knew what it was, it wouldn't be unidentified.
I'm identifying it as extraterrestrial, as alien. That is the most plausible explanation.
Yeah, that's plausible. You're right.
We just watched a movie about an alien invasion.
Documentary about an alien
right?
invasion.
And this is, I'm just saying.
I don't remember this happening in the 90s, but apparently it did.
Rob, you have put me in a good mood, sir. Like, if you would find more of what you were posting earlier, that would put me in a fantastic mood.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, who's ready for a pod crawl?
I'm ready for something.
All right, let's do this.
We can call it, I don't know, say a pod crawl? The pod crawl! Pod crawl! Pod crawl! Pod crawl! Excellent! Insert it deep! Pod crawl! Kind of like a space suppository full of information.
The Martians, having completed their reconnaissance and anus probing mission, return to Mars to report that Earth is ripe for an invasion. The Martians leap head out, but are discovered by the Hubble Space Telescope when it was just browsing the neighborhood, not looking in Martian windows or anything honest. The President of America and his top advisors prep the world for their visitors from another planet while planning a welcome reception at the conspiracy capital of the world, Pahrump, Nevada. The President sends one of his generals out to oversee the reception, and despite the platitudes of peace from the Martian ambassador, a single dove sparks the war between the planets as the Martians disintegrate everyone gathered at the reception. It's a dark time for Earth. The President is desperate for peace, but the Martians have only disintegration on their minds. They attack the hallowed institutions that humans hold dear, the halls of Congress, the memorials of Washington, D.C., the casinos of Las Vegas. The President's science advisor, and man with an oral fixation, is kidnapped and dissected, and then held captive with a fashion reporter with a dog's body. The invasion goes global, with Martians taking selfies of all the popular sites, the Taj Mahal, Easter Island, Podunk, Kansas. The Martians try and assassinate the President with a fembot, but the plan is thwarted when his horn dog of a press secretary intercepts her first and takes her to the Kennedy Memorial Shag Lounge and Law Library. The President is ushered to his secure bunker, and his top military advisor, General Decker, convinces him to nuke the bastards. However, the plan doesn't work out as the Martians store the nuclear explosion in a space bomb and use it to relieve their glaucoma. As the invasion continues, the Martian leader and his guard bust their way into the presidential bunker where they kill everyone but the President. The President, using his power of bullshit, gives a moving speech about the mutual benefits of peace and prosperity, and then has a Martian flag planted where his heart once was. It's not until a lone teenager, concerned with his grandmother's well-being, rushes to the home, and by total happenstance discovers that the Martians can't stand yodeling country music. In a matter of minutes, the boy genius and his grandmother rig up a mobile PA system in the back of his ancient Ford pickup and blast Slim Whitman up and down the streets of Nowhere, Kansas. And by some miraculous chance of fate, finds a radio station with that exact Slim Whitman record queued up and ready to go. And it's crazy, but somehow all the radio stations in the world seem to be able to pick up the signal from that small, rural station, including the alien spaceships, and they were all tuned to that frequency. Martian heads explode, Jim Brown survives, and roll Queen Amidala handing out medals, credits.
All right, Mars Attacks. So it's seems to be just coincidence that this movie came out the same year that Independence Day did, according to Tim Burton. They were in negotiations and talks and writing scripts on this as far back as 1993. So it's not like they were trying to hang on to the coattails of Independence Day and spoof that. This was actually trying to spoof the 1950s Martian invasion movies, and I don't think they did a great job.
What?
I don't.
Number one,
I think all of the comedy in this movie played itself out in the first third of this movie.
That I would agree with. I think it fell flat in the second half of the movie. It was the same shtick over and over and over. I don't disagree that the second half of the movie was not nearly as funny as the first half of the movie.
Yeah.
But overall, I think it's a very funny movie because the first half is really, really funny. It's just, it is the same kind of, you're like, again. And then when you start adding some critical thinking into it,
yeah,
it falls apart pretty quick.
Well, and I'm going to lay off of the critical thinking because this is a parody movie. This is a spoof movie. It's not supposed to be taken seriously, though there are some inconsistencies in the plot that could have been shored up.
There's
a little bit.
Whole lot of when you hear machine gun fire and everyone is carrying around
M14
machine guns. Yeah.
I'm
like, what the
carbines?
Fuck? Yeah. I'm like, why are they carrying carbines? And I'm hearing machine gun fire. In the 90s. All right. Although I will say Jack Black is svelte.
Yeah. It was a
young, he was a skinny
Jack
he was
Black.
A skinny guy.
Yeah. My wife's like, where's Jack Black? I'm like, there he is. She's like, holy cow.
Yeah.
And then she got mad at me because I just kept going, nah.
Oh my God.
Funny thing about that. So there's a line, when Jack Black's saying goodbye to Grandma, and she says Thomas. So that's Jack's first name. She fucked up. And he just rolled with it, and they kept going with Thomas. And then she was calling everybody Thomas. I think she was senile, honestly.
I think that was
the joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
After she messed up the first time.
I don't think that's accurate.
I think that was just probably part of the script.
No, I don't think so. I think she messed up the first time, and then they ran with it for the rest of the story.
Like when you mess up, do you think that it's just I don't know what I don't know what you're thinking here. Like you do this all the time. Are you senile?
Maybe.
No, there's no maybe.
Possible.
Find more pictures for me, Rob.
All signs point to yes.
Attaboy.
I think this movie tried to do way too much, and I think it suffered for it.
Yeah. What was the entire point of Byron Williams and his ex-wife, and his kids?
Well, that was like the only plot line in the movie that anybody really cared about.
Him getting home to his family.
Here's how I viewed the movie and how I was able to really enjoy it. I looked at it as, number one, in 2020, 2021 era, pandemic, same as Mars Invasion. No one gives a shit. They just keep going on with their lives, and they die when they do it. Stay the fuck home and mask up. If you're going to go outside during alien invasion, maybe try to kill them and not just pretend like everything's going to be okay. Like it's the same, like that. I equated both of those things. So that was the first thing. I was like, okay, this is hilarious because humanity is really this fucking stupid. Please see my comments previous in this episode. And the other thing was that it really nails politics and it nails politicians and how sticking your finger in your mouth and holding it up to the wind to see which way it was blowing instead of trying to just do what you should have done in the first place, which was, try to stop the invasion instead of placating and saying, "Oh, we screwed up. It's our fault. Let's try to make friends with the aliens. Just shoot them. Just shoot them in the fucking head and move on."
Sure.
So it was a good parody of what I see as politicians. It was a great parody of what I see as the academics, because I still think that those things happen today. I still think that those parodies hold true, because the academics do think like that. Oh, there's no possible way that they could be wrong about anything. We are the intellectual elite. We know more than everyone else. Where the one general is going, just shoot them.
Right. But if you look at it, it's parodying both ways, right? It's taking the extremes of politicians who will sway to whatever is blowing in the wind at that point. It's parodying the extreme of that one general who just wants to nuke everything in sight. And it's parodying the academic who is way over analyzing everything and coming to conclusions that the data doesn't support.
Correct. Which is all still very valid in 2021.
I think that's a little hyperbolic. I don't think reality kind of tracks that way, but it does kind of lean towards that, and that's why the parody is as funny as it is.
And who's to say that their universal translator was actually translating properly?
Right.
I mean,
but I mean that was part of the joke too, especially whenever they were carrying it across Las Vegas and disintegrating people, and they were saying, "Don't run, we're your friends."
That was awesome.
Yeah. So you're going to assume that the universal translator was translating correctly, and that was part of the joke.
Right.
Which that was one of the funnier moments in the last half of the movie, and I'm saying one of them because I think there might have been another two.
I think
Name it.
Yeah. In the last half of the movie, I think DeVito was kind of funny. Like, if you're going to take over the world, you need lawyers.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of a funny one-liner, but again, that's one of the things that I think
useless.
Yeah,
he was a useless character.
He was a lawyer. There you go. There's the joke.
But I think that's one of the problems with this movie is it was trying to do too much. It had too many actors of caliber in this movie, and they were trying to do too much with them in too short of a time.
I don't know if that's true, because Jack Nicholson played two characters, so they were saving money somewhere.
Again, he was useless.
Yeah, that second character, the casino magnate.
No uses.
Yeah, he was there just to introduce Annette Bening's character, and she was only there to
get basically Byron out of the place.
Yeah, parody, Greenpeace and environmentalists.
Right, but it's funny that she was parodying them until she saw them attack, and then she's like, "No, fuck it. Like, we need to." I was wrong.
Right. Well, I mean, she saw them attack and disintegrate everybody. She was trying to get the fuck out of Dodge, wouldn't you?
I would have shot back. I would have done the whole Jack Black thing, and then the magazine would have fallen out, and I would have been toast.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. That it would have been that's going to be my fate when aliens attack.
But you can put the gun back together in under 2 minutes.
Like, that's the thing. Like, it's so funny that he could do that. He has that skill, but he can't fire the actual weapon. He's not smart enough to make sure that it's locked and loaded. Like, it's
right.
It's kind of funny. I'm sorry. I like this movie. I really did. I thought that the only thing that didn't really stand up, the special effects. And I think even in 1996, that was done on purpose.
I think so.
No, I don't think it was. In fact,
it was.
They were going to go down that path. Burton wanted to do stop motion animation like he's done in several of his other movies and make it try and parody, bad special effects. But when the budget exploded into $100 million and Warner Brothers didn't want it above $75 million, they went to Industrial Light and Magic to put out a proof of concept, and that's what they got with the CGI. So I think Industrial Light and Magic, and I think Warner Brothers Digital also did some of the background effects. I think they were trying to put out good special effects, and it was probably halfway decent. I don't remember.
Why did it blow? Why did the budget blow up? Because of all the people that they had that were useless?
No. The special effects were going to be, I mean, when you do stop motion animation, you have to have a lot of animators, and it takes a lot of time. And so that's a really costly part of that production. Whereas computer generated graphics, even back then, was only a fraction of that cost. So the animation budget was going to push it way up. Now, that's not to say that the actors' salaries weren't pushing that budget up too. I mean, this ended up being an $80 million parody movie, which is high for a comedy movie like this.
Well, yeah, but I mean, a lot of these actors died pretty quick. Michael J. Fox died pretty quick. Who else died? Jack Black died, but he wasn't a big name at the time.
You still had to pay him, though.
Right, but it's not like typically when you pay an actor, you pay them based on screen time, you pay them based on character, you pay them based on their experience and their standing in the community. So, yeah, some of these guys got paid quite a bit, but I can't imagine that.
Well, like Jack Black aside, though, I mean, you had Annette Bening, you had Jack Nicholson, you had Glenn Close, you had Pierce Brosnan, you had Martin Short, you had Michael J. Fox,
SJP.
you had Sarah Jessica Parker, you had Danny DeVito.
No, let's just a Horseface.
Tom Jones.
You had Tom Jones. I mean, that's 9.
Tom Jones was useless. That was useless. I will agree with that. Danny DeVito was probably useless. They could have got anybody to do that.
Well, I think Michael J. Fox's character was useless.
Agreed. That was useless. They could have absolutely written that out because it was supposed to be like this storyline or the subplot where, you know, he's jealous, but he died before it could come to anything. So why even have it in there?
Right. Yeah,
it was just,
silly. Even they could have gotten like a lesser known actor for that role if they wanted to keep that stupid subplot in. I didn't like the whole Sarah Jessica Parker, Pierce Brosnan, Michael J. Fox subplot in the first place. I thought it wasted time and wasted energy in the movie. It didn't bring anything to the movie.
That was one of his
anything forward.
Yeah, that was one of his last movies that he did.
That was the last movie that he did.
And, his last film was See You Yesterday. He had a cameo in that, but
but that's a cameo. This is
right.
This was a role.
Yeah. Well, and he started doing voice acting after that.
Well, yeah, but he did television after that too. But this was his last film.
Yeah. Yeah, he stopped doing stuff after that, yeah.
And that's probably because of his Parkinson's. It started getting bad around this time.
Too bad.
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah, because right after Mars Attacks, he did Spin City.
That's right. I remember Spin City. Heather Locklear. Yeah. Super hot. All right. So I want to bring this up real quick. And it wasn't me who brought it up. My wife did. At the end of the movie, when Padme's standing there with Rob, and she says, "Do you have a boyfriend?" My wife went, "No, he's too old for you."
What?
Well, Padme likes him young. Like she was.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
8-year-old Anakin, and not.
That's good. That's funny.
That's right. Yeah.
Except that we had to have that explained to us.
I'm sorry that you two weren't that quick on the uptake. I kept calling her Padme through the whole movie.
Well, and yeah, I mean the whole her handing out awards was very Queen Amidala-ish from the end of the Phantom Menace.
I made that same connection in my head. I'm like, oh well, this is just practice for in a couple of years.
I was waiting for the close in on a circle thing. You know,
right? The circle wipe.
The circle wipe. Yeah, I know it wasn't a circle fade, a circle wipe. Yeah, it's like, I was just waiting for that and the credits.
And I want to make very clear that if Mars does eventually attack, I mean, we just sent a rover up there. It's got a helicopter. It's doing scientific shit. Like, I don't know who we're pissing off up there, but when they do inevitably attack, Rob will not be the one to save us. Like, I'm throwing that out there.
You don't think so? You don't think Rob could save us?
No, because I don't have any music from the 1920s.
I asked
That
Rob.
was the 1950s, but thanks for playing.
1920s.
No, he recorded that in 1950 something. You dipshit.
See,
No, that. Okay, fine, whatever.
are you going to argue it, Rob?
Well, I'm saying Indian Love Call was from the 1920s.
Okay, it may have been written in the 1920s, but Slim Whitman recorded it in the 1950s.
Okay, well.
And this is reason number one why Rob will not save us in the event of a Mars invasion. I asked Rob for pictures and I got a grand total of what, 3? 4?
I'm trying to be part of the show today.
Why?
So Slim Whitman was 1 year old whenever that song was written.
Well, that's good
job,
on
Rob.
him. He's got a good voice.
Wow. Yeah, that 1 year old really, we do got to belt it out.
His single Indian Love Call was written in the 1950s. Yeah. Let me see if I can find out exactly when.
Rob.
But yeah, he didn't start his singing career until the 1950s.
Well,
All right. So I think it's time to let the listeners in on the joke. So
1952.
I've been asking Rob to find pictures of Lisa Marie. Lisa Marie is the actress who played the
Martian.
The Martian, that dressed up as a female.
Martian hottie. Yep.
Yeah, the Martian hottie, and tried to woo Martin Short's character and got into the Kennedy room and into the White House and tried to assassinate the president. Very attractive woman. So here's a fun story about her. She was engaged to Tim Burton.
Yeah, for a long time.
For 8 years. 8 years. And then when he met Helena Bonham Carter on Planet of the Apes, he unceremoniously dumped Lisa Marie.
Yeah.
Now,
She
Lisa
got
Marie
revenge.
Oh, she did. Lisa Marie's very hot. Helena Bonham Carter, very hot. Both of you. Call me.
Oh my God.
Like probably separately because I don't think you like each other, but I'm just saying.
Well, you
Like
could, you
Tim
could
Burton.
be that person that brings them back together. You could be the peacemaker.
I will be that person. Absolutely. Yeah. At the same time, call me.
Oh my God.
Let's make this happen. Like let's Lisa Marie.
I'm sorry I
Helena.
suggested it.
Yeah. Now my mind's in a different place. Anyway, so he met Helena Bonham Carter, unceremoniously dumped Lisa Marie. A few years later, Lisa Marie auctioned off all those shit that he left in her house.
Yeah.
He was very upset. Very upset. Kind of deserve it, dude. You kind of deserve it. Like if you're engaged for 8 years, if you're the woman, look, right now, if you're listening to this podcast and you're a woman and you've been engaged to the same guy for 8 years, leave. He's never going to marry you. Never. It's just not going to happen. Like leave now. Don't look back. You can thank me later. I'm just telling you, if the engagement lasts longer than 2 years, 3 years tops, like there's a problem. Like it's time for you to walk away, cut your losses, and just move on.
Well, I mean, if that's what they're wanting, if marriage is their ultimate goal, but I mean, if they're
Have you
happy
met a
being
woman-
engaged, then
Have you met a woman that didn't want marriage?
well, I'm sure they exist.
I'm sure they exist. Maybe they do. I don't know. It sounds like a fairy tale. So I'm just saying, if you're in an engagement that lasts longer than 36 months, move on. Like this is my life advice to you. You're welcome.
Is that kind of like if an erection lasts for more than 4 hours, seek medical attention?
Or just keep going, baby. They like that too.
Oh my God. No, I thought I thought there were some definite plot holes in this movie. Like at one point, bullets would affect the aliens, and then whenever they busted into the president's bunker, suddenly they were impervious to bullets. That was dumb.
Okay.
Well, they switched on their bulletproof glass.
No, it was done for a very specific reason. It was done so that because during the whole movie, I'm like, all right, dead aliens means fucking laser guns that aren't getting used. Why are we not picking up the laser guns and firing them back?
Well, they did.
So, the two kids were the first one to do it in the White House when the bullets weren't working.
And Jim Brown did it at the casino.
At the end, after bullets weren't working, and they didn't have guns to begin with to defend themselves. So he picked up those guns. So again, like when they first invaded and they shot everybody up at the welcome ceremony, nobody was picking up the laser guns and firing back.
Well, there wasn't anybody left.
There was one.
Everybody was either running away
Yeah,
or getting disintegrated.
One of them died. Like, that's just it. Jack Black was able to run, even at a svelte young age. He was still a little husky, but he was able to fucking run and jump and get to it, one of the carbines that were just laying there and not get shot. So why wouldn't he have been able to get to one of the laser guns that was laying there and not get shot?
Well, because I think there was only like one alien that may have died, because they only had one alien that they were able to autopsy. And so that's one laser gun, but depending on where that alien is, there may have been another bunch of aliens in front of him.
Yeah, you're not wrong. There were like 5 aliens that destroyed, killed like, I don't know, hundreds of people.
Yeah.
5 of them. Like at that point, like it's so overwhelming. Like it's either surrender or nuke them. Like at that, like those are your 2 options at that point. So but nobody was picking up the laser guns. That was my point. But they, there was some foreshadowing in the movie when the kids were playing that video game all the time where they were shooting aliens. It was like, oh, well, these 2 kids.
No, it wasn't aliens. It was germs.
Was it?
They were yeah, or microbes or something. Yeah.
Okay. To look like an alien.
Yeah.
It was. It wasn't. It was microbes or something like that. Eating a dude.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they were shooting him. So
can I ask both of you this question, because it just popped into my mind while Rob was talking, because I typically just tune him out. Would either one of you hit on Sarah Jessica Parker?
No.
Depends on the circumstances.
No.
What circumstance would you possibly
wait.
Know.
Let me. Yeah, I need to redo my answer.
What?
Yes, if she ended up being my sugar mama.
All right. So you'd be in it for the money.
Damn straight.
I can respect that, Rob. I can respect that. Jason, what circumstance would possibly possess you? I mean, I don't know.
Stepping stone to get to Jeff Goldblum.
Stranded on a desert island, lots of rum kind of situation. Any port in a storm.
You know what? All right, lots of rum. Sure. All right. I guess I can respect that too. But I would just make sure that I'm never in a situation where it would only be her and I stranded on a desert island.
Hey, if you can't love the one you want, love the one you're with, right?
Jesus.
Which one does he want? Because there's a lot that you keep wanting to call you.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, all of them. I want to harem. I mean, is that not very clear at this point? Like all of them. I love them all equally. I think it's called poly. I think I'm not sure what the term is. I don't like labels. I don't put labels on things.
Yeah, right.
Really? Because I think your cigar collection would say differently.
Those are different kinds of labels, man.
Oh, okay.
Those are labels so I know what I'm smoking.
Large, veiny, phallic symbols.
Was it just me, or did the Martian papers look like strips of condoms?
That's what I thought they were. I was like, why are they reading condoms?
Yeah.
I'm like,
because they have no use for them. They had no genitalia.
I'll tell you this: they certainly weren't the Magnum brand.
No, they were silver.
Yeah, they were very small, very, very small,
tiny.
Rob, what brand was that?
I don't know. I don't believe I didn't pause it.
I figured you'd know right away.
Well, what brand do you use? That's what we're asking.
Oh, none.
Jesus. I don't know what's happening right now, but I'm kind of okay with it.
No, I think, and the whole Deus Ex Machina thing with the Slim Whitman. I mean, that was funny because I can't stand yodeling country music either, and it kind of makes my head want to explode. But the fact that there was no establishment of that going on and the way that they implemented it, where all of a sudden the army in Las Vegas knew about it and the army in Washington D.C. knew about it in like the
just
book.
they got in there.
Just everybody knew about it.
Got on
Suddenly.
their giant ass cellular phone to let everybody know.
Oh, and not only that, but the alien ships apparently have radios that were blasting it too.
That's what I was saying. Like the radio waves just penetrate the ships apparently, and just those radio waves themselves were able to make their heads. It was just silly.
Yeah,
it was silly. The only saving grace of all of that is that Horseface's character died. And speaking of, let me explain something to you. That dog that she had.
Oh my God.
That dog would have died a long time ago.
I look, that made me very happy in my soul, knowing that dog had perished at some point in the last, I don't know, 25 years.
So I want to say that I read that dog was actually Lisa Marie's dog.
I am very sad now that dog passed away. I'd like to extend my condolences.
You're only sad because that dog probably watched her take baths every day.
I'm very. I
wish you were that
dog. My
dog.
condolences to Lisa Marie. Oh yeah, 100%. I'm sorry that dog. Call me. We'll do a 3-way. Call people a 3-way call with Helena Bonham Carter. You two can bury the hatchet, or whatever else may come up.
Okay, so when you were saying you do a 3-way, you segued from talking about the dog and Lisa Marie and said, let's do a 3-way.
Call a 3-way call so that they can bury the hatchet. I want these two to be friends now.
I did like the way the movie looked for the most part, minus the special effects. So I think Tim Burton is really good at visuals. One of the things that I really enjoyed, and it was very subtle and nuanced, but when the army was fighting the Martian invasion, the flashes of green on the army guys made it look like they were like little army figures, like they used to play with, the little plastic army figures.
Mm-hmm.
That was really cool. I thought that was a great visual. I thought the color palette was great. It's not your typical Martian invasion color palette where it's all dingy grays and browns. It's very bright and it popped, but I mean that's kind of what Tim Burton does. He's very good at visual palettes.
Why is he not relevant anymore?
I mean, he's had some stuff come out recently.
What stuff has he had come out that people have been like, oh, this is great in the last 10 years?
I don't know. Let me check.
Research on the fly.
Research on the
last
fly.
10 years. Let's see. Well, he redid Dumbo.
Oh, that's right.
My wife watched that, but
Frank and Weenie.
No.
Big Eyes, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
Alice in Wonderland.
Nope. I don't I do like his style. Like Tim Burton, there's a couple of things from him that I really like. This movie's one of them. I really like the Batman, the first one that he did with Michael Keaton. I thought that vision was spot on.
You didn't like the second one?
No, not at all. Thanks for bringing that up, though. Now I'm sad. What was the other one that Nightmare Before Christmas?
Well, he just produced that. He didn't direct that. That was just.
I still like. He was involved. I don't know how he paid for it. Whatever.
Corpse Bride.
Yeah, the Corpse Bride was good.
Yeah, that was good. So there's some things that I like from him, including this movie. But like in the last 10, 15 years, I can't think of anything that he's done besides Helena Bonham Carter that I really enjoy.
Wow.
I went a long way for that.
Yeah, that was a long walk, but I think it was worth it.
Wow.
I live for those moments where Jason just laughs uncontrolled. Like he's like, fuck, he got me. Like, those are the moments. That's what I live for.
Sitting here just minding my own business and he throws it in there.
And the music was great in this movie, but it was a Danny Elfman score, so it's going to be good.
It was a lot of Men in Black notes in it, even though Men in Black hadn't come out yet.
You know, there's a finite number of notes in music, right?
There's a finite number of notes in music, but there's a billion ways or more to.
No, I don't
compose those
disagree.
notes
I'm just
together.
saying. No, I don't disagree. But for Rob to say there were some Men in Black notes in there. Of course,
No,
there
I mean,
were.
and I'm talking about in terms of it made me feel like I was watching Men in Black.
Why would it make
was
you feel like this movie is nothing like Men in Black?
Listening to Men in Black, the soundtrack.
Were you
'cause it
resting
was-
your eyes while you were watching this movie?
I
Dad?
was, yes. I was just resting my eyes.
Ladies, you're both pretty. No, again, I thought there were way too many fucking actors in this movie. Way too many non-related to the main plot lines, subplot lines that detracted from the movie. I think they blew their load in the first third of the movie, and it just drug after that.
I didn't blow my load till later on when Lisa Marie showed up.
Oh, God.
That walk she did was fantastic. And then like that catch up where she like bends over and like scurries.
We're all hunched over.
Yeah, that was great.
I mean, yeah, there were clever moments in this movie. Do I recommend this movie?
I do.
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
yes, you do. You do.
You do recommend it. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it.
I mean, if there's nothing else to watch, and
for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
So the
Or
scene with
if you have some brownies or gummy bears that you want to chew on beforehand and then watch this movie, yeah, definitely.
So the scene where right after Pam Grier finds her boys and yanks them into the bus, and then she scolds them and everyone's clapping. As she's pulling away, the very next scene is the limo that pulls up, and it's Martin Short. Right. So before the limo pulls up, as the bus moves, I this is what I'm sitting there with my wife. We're watching the movie, and I go, horse. And she goes, what? I go, horse. She goes, where? Because at this point, you can't see the horse in the shot. And then like you see the limo pull up and the three horses. I go, there. She's like, I go, I have Hordar. What do you want from me? Like I immediately saw three streetwalkers. Like I was tuned in.
Ladies of the night.
That's right. I knew it.
Because he could spot them from a mile away.
Well,
I think I just said that. I
can recognize his own.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to disagree. Yeah.
All right. Final thoughts, gentlemen.
Yeah. Watch this movie. I don't care if you're stoned. I don't care if you're sober. Just watch. I think it's a fun movie. I think it's a good movie. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's a great parody of 1950 stuff. I think it also is a great parody for big blockbuster movies. Yeah. Watch this movie.
I give it a pass unless you got nothing else to do. I mean, it's okay if it's on TV and
Metropolis. Would you make people watch that? Is that a watch it or miss it?
I think that's kind of depends. Are you? No. Listen, if you are somebody who enjoys watching historical films to see where a lot of modern techniques and a lot of modern ideas came from, and want to hear or want to know about the the fuck are you doing?
Don't mind me. I'm just eating my fudge round while I listen to this bullshit.
That's awesome.
Yes, watch Metropolis if you're interested in historic films. If not,
watch Metropolis, not Mars Attacks.
No, I would say watch Metropolis if you're interested in historic films. Skip it if you're not. Watch Mars Attacks if it's on TV and there's nothing else to watch. Skip it if not.
We had an option to skip Metropolis.
No, you don't have an option to skip shit.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you should probably maybe skip the next fudge round.
Yeah, that was only one bite.
Oh,
your pancreas will thank you. All right, James, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Is Mars Attacks this parody of 1950s movies that was actually inspired by a Topps trading card collection more sci-fi than 11/22/63?
Look, 11/22/63 has a closet. That's it. There are no trading cards. There are no aliens. There are no horse faces on dog bodies. There's no Pierce Brosnan bodiless. Yeah. Like Mars Attacks, more sci-fi than 11/22/63. It's not even a question.
Rob, you got a haiku for us this week?
Yes, I do.
Can you do it with a mouthful of fudge round, please?
Not today. This one is titled Peaceful Martians.
That sounds like too many syllables. I'm going to count those.
No, I have it. I wrote it out.
I kept doing that during the movie and laughing, and my wife's like, that's the funniest part. It's just watching your dumbass like do that and laugh. She's like, this movie's not funny. I'm like,
Oh, that's fucking funny. Who's got awards?
I do.
Yep.
All right, Rob, who's got your black lung?
I gave it to James Bond for smoking a pipe.
Okay. James?
Yeah, James Bond gets mine as well for smoking a filthy, dirty pipe. Yeah.
All right.
I would have thought you would have tried to find something else just because it was a filthy, dirty pipe.
Nah.
Yeah.
It was the most obvious.
It's 3 for 3. He had that pipe in his mouth constantly until he had his head removed. So, James, who's got your head lush?
He didn't have hands.
My head lush is going to Jack Nicholson because he drank as two characters in this movie.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He did. Rob?
Yeah, I gave it to the Vegas president for always having a glass in his hand.
Okay. So mine's going to go to the wannabe casino magnate because, yeah, he was the one that I visibly noticed drinking in this movie. So he always seemed to have some kind of liquor in his hand. James, who has your player award?
My player award, my player award is going to go to Martin Short.
Okay.
I mean, look, he skips the middle, like he skips all the games. He skips the full, like just the trying to find somebody and have a relationship. He pays for sex. Attaboy Martin Short.
There you go. Rob?
Yeah, Martin Short for picking up a space hooker.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think mine's going to go to Jim Brown because even divorced, he seemed to have Pam Grier, and well, Pam Grier had him wrapped around her finger too. So I think he was trying to reconcile. I think he.
What a mistake! What a mistake!
What
an absolute rookie mistake by Jim Brown. Let me explain something.
How's that? It's Pam Grier.
I get that it's Pam Grier. Very hot, Pam. Call me. We'll have a four-way call with Helena Bonham Carter and Lisa Marie. Look, that's an all-time rookie mistake because did you see Cleopatra?
Yeah, where the fuck did she turn up? I mean, she just suddenly appeared and
Her
was
boob
part
job
of the.
was finished. She was able to come back to work at the casino. Look. I don't know who that actress is. I didn't care to look it up because I knew I was doing this show.
Don't know.
You need to call me. Like, seriously. I know it's been, 25 years since this movie came out. I don't care. Oh, you were so hot in this movie. Oh, call me.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious as to who that is, too.
Like, just have a one-on-one call.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
Janice Rivera. Janice Rivera.
Yeah. Janice, call me. Like, that's a rookie mistake on Jim Brown's part. Like, why are you trying to get back to DC to sleep with a bus driver, albeit a very hot and sexy bus driver, Miss Greer? And you were, oh yeah, Pam, call me. But I mean, just stay in Vegas. Cleopatra's where it's at. Like, that's the new hotness.
Okay, did you say Janice?
Yeah, Janice Rivera.
You think it's Janice and not Janice?
I don't know. Maybe Janice, but
wait. How do you spell it, Rob?
Janice?
Yeah, that's Janice. Unless she's going to be pretentious, like a pretentious Hollywood starlet, and pronounce it Janice.
Well, she was born in Puerto Rico, so
like, do you call people who have two A's in Aaron Aaron?
No.
Yes, he does. He does.
But there is a
Hey, Ron.
slight pronunciation
Were you a-
difference between English and Spanish.
Were you a high school teacher at a in a
He also calls Matt Damon Matt.
You two
or
are
was
so
there a
stupid.
President O'Shaughnessy?
Rob, who's got your purple hippo?
Shaughnessy. My purple hippo was going to go to the Martians for listening to the 20s music or the 50s music, whatever you want to call it. But
It was the 50s music. Like
right
that
before-
would be the factual.
yeah,
thing
right
to call
before
it.
his
Yeah.
head blows up. Yeah,
Well, I mean, he could have recorded it at 1 year old.
he had the voice of an angel.
Oh my God.
James, who's got your purple hippo?
Rob for being a Slim Whitman fan, apparently. No, mine's going to go to horse face dog body. I mean, that's like when your horse face is fucking just surgically attached to a dog body, like, that's going to fuck you up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to give mine to, it's going to be a double purple hippo. I'm going to give mine to Pierce Brosnan and Sarah
face.
Jessica Parker's characters.
Horse
Yeah,
face. I know.
for being
Why-
abducted and beheaded.
Horse
both.
face. Horse face.
I don't know.
It's
I think
so much
Tori
easier
Spelling
to
has
say.
more of a horse face than Sarah Jessica
Who
Parker,
does?
but I think that's kind
Wait,
of
who does?
rude to
Said
call him
Tori
horse
Spelling.
face.
Look, Sarah, she's still a handsome woman. And so is Tori Spelling, or at least she was. I'll tell you when Tori Spelling was the hottest was when she guest starred on Saved by the Bell. After that, it just kind of all went downhill.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I didn't
She
watch
was,
much Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, that's not shocking. She was Screech's boyfriend, which, by the way, R.I.P. Screech.
Oh, yeah, Dustin Diamond died not too long ago, yeah.
No, but she was Screech's girlfriend.
Good to know, and that's been your Saved by the Bell trivia for this episode.
Well, everybody needs a little Saved by the Bell and a Tiffany Amber Thiessen. Oh, Tiffany. Call me, baby.
This has got to be a new record.
Yeah, there's a lot of paperwork going to be happening after this fucking episode.
My hand's cramping, and it's not for the good reasons.
Well, mine's going to be cramping as soon as we get off this call for all these pictures you posted, Rob.
Oh my
Thank you.
God. All right. So next week, we're going to go Patreon's Choice. We're going to start Patreon's Choice, and then we're going to do Host
What?
Choice after that. What?
We're doing Patreon's choice.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Who's getting the first go around?
Well, the first one to reply whenever we put out the call for Patron's Choice was Starlord07. So
Oh, baby.
next week, we will be reviewing the movie where a brood of fire-breathing dragons emerges from the earth and begins setting
it.
everything ablaze, establishing dominance over the planet. It stars Matthew McConaughey, Christian Bale, Isabella Scorupco.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah.
Good
that,
job.
That name. And
way
Gerard
to nail
Butler,
it,
it's
Rob.
2002's Reign of Fire.
Gerard Butler was in this?
Yeah.
Or as Jason pronounces it, Gerard.
Gerard. Gerald.
Janice.
Janice.
Hey, Ron. By the way, fuck you, Star-Lord. This movie blows. God
Whatever.
damn it.
You are all excited about it.
I was not all excited about this
That's
movie.
not
I
what
challenge you
put
to go
in
back and look.
the
This movie's
Discord.
stupid.
You're like,
This
all
movie's-
right, I'm on board.
I am not on board. No, that was Jason who was on board with this. This
No,
movie
no,
blows.
you're on board.
I'm not.
Hey, fun fact. This happens in a dystopian post-apocalyptic.
It's still
setting.
more sci-fi than Mad Max.
It is.
Well, there you go. That's all
a
that
little
matters.
taste for you.
Well,
That's all we've got for this week. Our intro and outro music is Welcome Home by Cambo. Podcrawl music is Snack Mix by Machette. If you like the show, please rate and review us on iTunes. You can leave us feedback on our Discord channel at smokinganddrinkinginspace.com/Discord.
hot.
Stop that.
mic's
On Twitter
hot.
at Square Podcast, or you can email us at smokinganddrinkinginspace@outlook.com.
Natalie
If
Portman
you'd like to
getting
throw a few nickels our way, you can become a Patreon
to her
supporter by
cloak.
going to smokinganddrinkinginspace.com/Patreon.
Pizza is ready, my lady.
And make sure to visit Creative
does
Brain
Jason
Candy for more
pronounce it?
great
A
shows and other
cloak.
creative works at
Cloak.
creativebraincandy.com. For this week, I'm Jason.
okay.
2 out of 3 branches ain't that bad.
I'm Jamise.
Janice.
We'll talk to you
Call
next
me.
week. It's 1996's Mars's Attacks. Let's try that again.
Morris's? Marvin. The fuck was that?
It's 1990.
That's going in the bloopers.
Yeah,
it is.
Mars's.
Yeah, it is.
Is.